The sand is sus. I'm sorry. Anybody else ever hop on Minecraft and just you're so eager to read whatever quote of the day you're gonna find on it, even if it means nothing to you? Because some of them are just so funny. The sand is sus. It is I, Menace Snowdecker. Welcome back to another YouTube video of BeyBlade Land. And today we're going to be building the face bolt for Tyranno beat. I've been off for a little bit. Might need some water. Okay, so which side faces forward? I'm assuming... Is that the side I was using? Okay. Okay, this one might be a little bit tricky, actually. Whereas for this one, the face remains at a level pace between it. The dinosaur for Tyranno beat actually angles a little bit. And because of this and the small downscale in the size after I did that, this might pose a little bit of a challenge for me. Because I need to physically balance this whole design here. And now that I'm looking at this, I should not have filled that in. I just wasted a whole bunch of my time. Because I have to physically dig down for each section now. And that's actually going to stink. Alright. I'm just going to take this one step at a time so I don't strain myself trying to process all this. Okay, so the first thing I need to do, I need to determine where the prongs are going to be, because there's three little prongs here on top that sit over it. And this just got a whole lot trickier for me. Okay. Okay, I'm out of my depths here trying to figure this one out. So the top one remains almost level. Almost. Let's say about there. Give or take. I'm not keeping that block there permanently. I'm just making a marker because there's three little prongs that sit over the top face bolt for these bays, and I just want to determine where it's going to be here. The second one sits within this framework piece. I'm going to say about... One of these two. I'm thinking the second one. I'm thinking that's where it is. mostly. And the third one... Wait, nope, 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 I'm off. I'm off. I'm off. I'm off here. I'm off. I was focusing on the circles on the bottom that were basically the pins for the metal layer, but I just now realized that it actually sits off closer to the side. So it'd actually be there, angling inward. And the third one... basically also right in here. It's just very oddly placed. Because there's 4 pins on the bottom and there's 3 parts on top, and that throws me off a little bit here. Alright. So what I'm going to need, I don't need this. Or that. Actually, keep that one. That one might come in handy. Let's get rid of the iron. Let's get rid of these. I'm going to need some red. I don't know if I'm going to have enough space to do the yellow outline around the dinosaur head, but get that just in case, because there is yellow for the eye. I'm going to need black, because he has a black tongue. And a bit of a shadow. I'm going to need some light brown. White terracotta looks pretty close to what I'm aiming for here. There's a small bit of shadow underneath, so let's get the light gray as well. I did not know this, but there is a little bit of pink on Tyranno beat, actually. No, brighter. Brighter hue. Yes. If you look closely, the back scale plating around the neck, there's pink there. There's pink over the eye. Where his eyebrow is, there's pink. There's pink underneath his nose, in front of his teeth. There's a pink line about like right here on his face. And there's also pink over his nose and nostril. Where the skin is, not the actual nose itself. I'm also going to need white. Smooth quartz. Yeah, let's get that one. Do I have a darker red that I could... the bricks might throw it off a little bit, but I'll just have to work with it. Okay. Okay. For starters, I'm going to start with the basics. We have a line here, and I'm building on top. I just said I need to dig down. Already this is throwing me off. Alright, then that wraps around. Before I go digging down, wasting my time, I want to at least get a shape I can be happy with. That is absolutely fugly. Okay. We are redoing that. I am redoing that. You need to be more curved. More curvature. It's a little better, but it still feels a tad bulky. That'll just have to do for now. I'm still not satisfied with it, but I'm just going to have to go with this for now. Yeah, I really don't like it. Okay, gotta find the right balance here. Where would a good starting point be? I guess making the outline for the body. You know, I need one of my little stands here so I can actually see what it is I'm doing. No. No. Okay, there we go. Now I can just have this sit here. So I don't got to keep picking it up and trying to look at it, because I already have a good angle. What I can see here. So I think the best course of action here that I could do is to first get an outline for where the actual head shaping is going to be. So we start off with the bottom, and it angles down. So let's try 3s and just get an idea. Okay, now scratch that. Make that 4s. Okay, that's closer, but still not exact. Actually, hang on. Okay, no, I was wrong. That actually is close. Only difference is it's supposed to make a sharp turn downhill here. I really wish I kept the face bolt the same size. I would actually have more space to work with. This is really, really throwing me for a loop. And it goes up and around. We get a section for the jaw. About there. Except there's a little bit of a curve in, and it goes over. I'm building this on top first, and then I'm just going to sink it down afterward. It's nowhere close to accurate. I'll just have to work with it. It's probably the best I can do with the space I have. Oh, how I hate this. Given the amount of space, that actually feels wrong. Yeah, that's probably better. Then we have his black tongue. It's supposed to go up, down, and up again, almost like a snake. But I'm not going to have full space for that, so I'm just going to do this instead. Oh, it looks awful. This is not my best handiwork. What choice do I have? I don't have the space. Something I've noticed here. His bottom jaw has 5 teeth. And his top jaw has 4 with a small, I guess you could say denture or divot, whatever it is you want to call it, that gives space for the 5th tooth on the bottom. So the nose would be in there. Curve back around. Go down. I do not have enough space to make the full design work. So I'm just going to try to get it as close as I possibly can without messing up the vibes here. Once I'm satisfied with how it looks, I'm going to start doing the full design work, adding in shading. Trying to add in the pink hue and yellow outline, even though I know I'm not going to have the space to do all of it that I want to do, which absolutely sucks. Despite how big this is actually a smaller rendition of what I should be doing. And knowing that actually pisses me off quite a bit. Knowing that I should have made all this a whole lot bigger on average, but no, I chose the sizes that I did because it'd be faster time-wise. You know, I'm just going to build this whole thing down. Then I'll work it out from there. And it looks so fugly. It looks like a red little chipmunk that's holding a machine gun. How am I supposed to make a dinosaur out of this? Okay, there's an eye socket there. And back curves upward. It does that 5 different times. 4 being average in size, while the 5th one you almost can't even see. I mean, from a certain point of view, it kind of reminds me of a T-Rex. If you left it to wither and decay for 20,000 years. Actually, no, it looks more like a velociraptor. Too much spikage. Not enough curvature. It's still fugly, but it's a tad better. I guess that's okay. Yeah, that'll just have to do. I'm gonna go ahead and sink it down inside there now. Okay, let's see. Where do I pick this up from here? Okay, well, this part thickens up a little bit. And the jaw creates a little bit of almost like a flame effect in here. bit of a black outline around there. I'm fully aware that I'm not gonna get this as realistic as I would want it. But I can still get it close. So long as it feels like I'm looking at a T-Rex from a certain point of view, I can work with that. Alright, let's see. Black nostril. About there. Starting to take shape a little bit here. A yellow eye. Very angry. But will that slant be enough? Come on. There we go. I guess I could see that working a little bit. Ah! Whoops. I forgot that I made that part hollow. Stop it. I'm gonna be honest. I thought I was looking at a toad for a moment. just this whole angle. I don't know why. It's just I looked over and I'm like, toad? No toad. Okay, that kind of works. The eye's still horrifying, but perhaps if I... Okay, now it looks happy. I don't want it to look happy. I want it to look angry. Oh my gosh. Now it looks like it's in love. Okay, this has to change. You know what? No. No. One dot's enough. It still looks happy. I hate this. Trying to think here. What could I do? Okay, that kinda helped. What I'm noticing with the eye, what they did here when they designed it. I'm just gonna go off here. just so I'm not interfering with that whatsoever. They basically angled it, and they created a little bit of a dip, like that. And then to enhance the feature, they surrounded the whole bottom with a black eyeshadow. And then what they did was they matched it with the eyebrow, creating this little streak effect behind it. So realistically, that's the type of size in the eye that I would actually need and want. But I can't transmute this up there so easily, because that's a lot smaller. This would be the preferred size of what I would actually need to recreate this. And I just can't fit all that on there. So I know what it is I'm trying to do here, but I just can't transmute it fully. So I'm just doing the best I can with the little bit of space that I have, and the space I have, as you can tell here, is just not enough. That eye would take up literally this whole section. Which honestly kinda sucks. Also, speaking of this part should be a little bit bigger. No, that's wrong. Two. Two should work. It's not perfect, but it is better. Okay, yeah, that works. That works. That I can work with. Just gonna add the pink highlight streak there, and I'm just not gonna touch it again. Actually, black outline. There's a black outline there. There's also a huge black outline going all around the dinosaur, just before the yellow outline. But because I don't have space for all that, I'm just going to add bits and pieces here and there. I mean, it kind of works. It does look okay, relatively speaking. Pink behind the teeth. Actually, no, in front of it. Realistically, I would actually want something more like this. But again, I don't have space for all that, so I'm just adding in as much as I possibly can here. Because that's what it looks like on the top section where all the pink is. But I just can't add in all that. I'd like to, but I just can't. Yeah, I'm just going to go with that. Actually, wait, hang on. Branch you out a little bit more. Add in a little bit more red. Black spacer. Actually, yeah, that actually does kind of work for me. It's nowhere near an accurate version But for a smaller scale, that's most likely as realistic as I'm going to get that. So if I just add in the yellow outline to the spots that I can add it, I'm screwing up. So there, here, and around this section. Actually, no, skip that last outside edge part. I think that's the best version I'm going to get here. It's not 100% accurate, but that is probably as close as I'm going to be getting it. Now I just gotta add in the shading. Let me see. That part gets darker. But it's not as dark as the framework. That's the problem here. So I need to change that out for something almost like mahogany or a maroon. No, not you. See, but that doesn't work though. I need something a little bit deeper. Something more like that, but just a tad darker. Yeah, but that's too dark. I guess I can try the mangrove. I don't know if this is going to have the effect that I want. But I guess we can give it a bit of a try. I mean, I guess. While I'm at it, I'm just going to add one more there. So this one branches up and comes down. Almost like waves. No, that's fine. Doesn't matter. Okay, that kind of works. Yeah, okay, I'm sold. That works. I got through this a whole lot quicker than I thought I was going to. I thought I was going to spend all 45 minutes just strangling and yanking my hairs out, just trying to figure out what it is I wanted to do here. Oh yeah, and then there's a little bit of shadow that I was going to add underneath the jaw. And then it wrapped around just a little bit. The yellow throws it off, I'm going to be honest. But that's what I get for downscaling it. Now I just got to add in this section up here. Because it's a very important part of the BeyBlade X Beys. And this black line wraps all the way around. all the way till that point. Now let's let this a little bit of white added in here, signifying the BeyBlade X logo, because I cannot put all that in, unfortunately. And then there's the line work, which I cannot add fully, but I can still get it as close as I possibly can. Yeah, that works. That eye's gonna bother me forever, but that's okay. And that is the best amount of detail I can add with the amount of space that I have. Unfortunately, to keep this slightly more realistic, I need to cut down on this and give it back its outer edge. Dagnabbit, I did it again. There we go. Because the whole outer edge of this entire face bolt remains a brown color. This is why you don't downscale things. This is why you don't do this. I'm trying really hard to find the right balance here. And as you can tell, I just can't reach it fully. But that is the best I'm going to end up achieving here. And now we just fill it in. This whole section. Do. Whoops. Do. And just like that, we now have one giant face bolt for Tyranno Beat. It doesn't capture the majestic feel fully, but it is good enough that I could see that working as a face bolt with the amount of space that I have. It's sad to know that this one's actually a tad bigger and still not as realistic as the original one. And this one's a tad smaller. And these are just going to forever bother me now. But I'm just going to force that off and I'm just going to keep working. So all I got left now is the prongs, the metal layer, and little edges there. And then I guess the 4 pins if I can actually add them in. I'm gonna be honest, This actually looks really bad. But I'm hoping I can make up for that on the metal layer. However, I'm not certain because there's a whole bunch of diamond patterns in here that I'm not going to be able to replicate. So I'm just going to do the best I can do and not dwell on the negatives. And I'm not going to need these ones again, so I can just throw these ones out. Keep that one for now. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Next time I'll be needing some gray terracotta and concrete. Oh no, there is no gray terracotta. There's just cyan. Okay, well, gray concrete then. Get rid of these. Don't need those. Won't be needing those again. Keep that in case I accidentally break something on the top layer. I might need the reds, so I'll just keep these for now. Was that important? Yes, it was. Okay. Keep that. Keep the iron. What else? I'm gonna need stone slabs. And I'm going to need stone stairs. I can't make this merge fully as well as I'd like, so I'm forced to do the best I can with the colors that I have. You see, stone doesn't really work for me as a metal in Minecraft. I honestly see the light gray concrete as more metallic, but then there's all these little edges on metal that you kind of do get the vibe from stone. So maybe I should be using stone as the outer layer a bit more, but I just don't want to. It just doesn't work for me. I can't explain fully other than the description I've already given, and that's the best I can literally say at this current time. Just get rid of those. Those look more like screws. I need something that looks more like a piece of steel. I mean, a screw is a piece of steel, but I don't need a screw. I just need, like, an actual piece of steel. No edges. Alright, that'll just have to do for now. Is there anything else I'm going to be needing here that I missed? Edge-wise, design-wise, anything? There has to be something. I guess I could use a basic piece of stone. That works. Okay, that should sum it all up, at least for right now. I would have needed at least 3 times the space I had here to get at least a decent amount of, you know, just pick whatever terminology you want here. Decal work, vibe work, whatever. I don't care what term you pick. I just needed at least 3 times the space to actually create this whole piece and make it look a bit more realistic, but I just could not do it fully the way I wanted to with this. But I gave it the best shot I could with this. I'd say it turned out okay. It's not perfect, but nothing ever is, so I'll just have to deal with that. Alright, well, thank you everybody so much for watching. If you liked the video, then give it a like. If you want to see more, then please subscribe. And like always, this is Menace Snowdecker signing off, and I will see you next time. So bye-bye. Have a great day, everybody. Don't forget to smile, because remember, smile a day goes a long way. Hope to see you all back here again soon. And one more thing before you go, could you please check out the links in the description below, give them a follow, and join the Discord server as well. Recommend more games like this for me to play. Thank you. And while you're at it, why don't you go ahead and give me some more ideas for Beyblades that I could build in here. Just put it in the comments below. I don't care what type it is. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.